You guys are aware, the failed 2016 and 2008 presidential candidate at two different stages of failure is coming out of the woods to start claiming things and starting to push and influence certain things. So, this is literally what she said. She said, quote, U.S. should take out Assad's airfields. Wow. If that is not an act of war, I have not seen one in my life. I mean, this idea that the only way to help people who are victims of chemical warfare is, first off, to ban them from entering the country, because that's what we had until the judge blocked that shit, okay? We literally had a ban on Syrian refugees indefinitely, okay? So, we have a Syrian ban on refugees, and now they want to escalate the war there, which would further the cause of ISIS and Al-Qaeda. No, I don't see that as a solution. My solution personally, okay, is I think you have to take all the refugees possible with a vetting process, but provide humanitarian aid. But violence is not the answer, okay? Because unfortunately, in that part of the world, these things are gruesome facts, okay? And let's stay clear and stay consistent, because that's how logical human beings work, right? There's a massive Saudi-backed Yemeni, a ton of human rights violations being occurred in Yemen, and those are all U.S.-backed. So if we want to do that, we should go contrary to our oil investments within Saudi Arabia and pull out. But why haven't we done that? Like I just stated, oil interests. But here's what the CNN says. They say, quote, Hillary Clinton called on the United States to take out Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad's air force on Thursday, days after a chemical attack killed more than 70 people in a war-torn country. Quote, Assad has an air force, and that air force is the cause of most of these civilian deaths, as we have seen over the years and as we saw again in the last few days, Clinton said in a speech at the, quote, Women in the World Summit in New York City. Quote, and I really believe that we should have and still should take out his airfields and prevent him from being able to use them to bomb innocent people and drop sarin gas on them. The former Secretary of State and Democratic presidential nominee against Trump in 2016 reiterated her support for a no-fly zone over Syria and more direct support for protesters. This is not how you help civilians, okay? Going in and doing moronic things like no-fly zones will eventually lead to literally the end of humanity, because you know what no-fly zones do? What a no-fly zone is if you put a no-fly zone and then someone decides to fly over, let's hypothetically say it's Russia. We shoot down their fucking plane. Would they take that? Would we take that as an act of war if Russia shot down our plane? In any circumstance, it doesn't matter. It would automatically be an act of war. Why would it not be reciprocated? Therefore, they would see it as an act of war, and it would eventually lead to massive tensions and nuclear warfare that would lead to the end of humanity. That is not what I'm looking for at all. I say what we do is we can't continue to overthrow regimes. This is stupid. We can't continue to raise tensions with Russia that will eventually lead to nuclear warfare, which is MAD, mutually assured destruction. What we need to do is help the people there, give humanitarian aid, and we need to destroy ISIS, moreover. That should be the goal. And we should take in the refugees, the people who are actually victims of this violence. So a Trump admin can't be like, hey, we want to ban these refugees, but we also want to help them. What? Like, how contradictory is that? What's up, guys? It's Saul Hill here. You guys are watching The Progressive Voice. Make sure you guys click subscribe down below. We're fighting Donald Trump tooth and nail, and we need your help.